When you think of athletics at Cedar Springs High School, the more popular sports come to mind, such as football and basketball. However, one sport that most minds completely skip over is tennis. Although Wimbledon is the 16th most viewed sporting event in the entire world, our high school tennis program can't even acquire a student section. Why is that? We decided to look into our program a little deeper through the eyes of a freshman.
So last season the program was actually not very successful, and it was evident when talking to some of my teammates that they felt like they could have done a lot better and that they had too many losses as compared to wins. And they felt that way because the team was very divided according to them. This year our coaching staff is actually really good. We have Coach Cornelius, he was a new hire this year, and the old coach unfortunately quit right before our season started. So we had some uncertainty at the start of the season, and we had our first game or two with a temporary coach. So there was a lot of uncertainty, and we didn't really know how that would impact our playing, especially for the future as we move towards conferences and things like that. But they hired Coach Cornelius. So our program really values sportsmanship, dedication, and persistence. And as always, sportsmanship is expected with any sport, to have a level of respect for the other players on the field, or in our case on the court, but also with your teammates. Sportsmanship is a huge thing, especially if you're playing doubles, not getting mad at your partner and encouraging your teammates. I know I mentioned that before, but that's a huge thing. So sportsmanship is obviously something we value the most. And tennis is really a skill game, so dedication and persistence into perfecting those little skills and those certain shots and aspects is really, really important, and you kind of need it to succeed with tennis. So my favorite part of the sport was it's extremely rewarding when you can nail a certain shot or get a certain aspect really good, and it sticks with you and you can use that in games and see that practice pay off. That is definitely my favorite part. So it's a real tightly knit group, and that's definitely changed my life. And then it's also taught me about dedication and practice. I mean, it definitely isn't as exciting as football, where you have big football games, everybody attends, it's real high action. But I think that it's just different. I don't think it's any less fun or less action. I just think that it's a different thing than football, where football you're having hard hits and it's real high stakes, stuff like that. And I know that it's certainly not as loud or as competitive as football or basketball maybe, but it's truly a skill sport. So I think it is as exciting as football or basketball, and I think people just need to give it a little bit of a chance. And I do believe that it should change, because it may not be like football or basketball, like I said earlier, but I think that what sets it apart, and it takes a ton of dedication and skill on the player's end, and tremendous mental game as well. So I think that if people gave tennis a chance as a sport that they might want to watch or actually appreciate, they'd be surprised.
The tennis program, with all their hard work and dedication, deserves to have some fans. With a deeper look into the world of high school tennis, we can see that it is more than just a sport. It is a hard-working family who deserves a little more recognition. If an event in the same sport can get 3.3 million watchers, then our high school tennis program should get more than 15 watchers. Let's go support our Red Hawks.